Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of What News from the Mark. I'm on my own this week, unfortunately. It's just been really difficult to tie anyone down to film this with them. But what I have managed to do is get a review filmed by Harry and Jamie. They attended the Scouring of Stirlingshire last week. So what I'm going to do in a second, I'm going to cut to their video and then we'll come back. Today we're going to be covering the fireworks in Rivenstead event, which is coming up, and also let's have a look what else we've got. The doubles event in Reading, War of the Ring. So what I'll do before we get into that, I'll pass you over to Jamie and Harry, and we'll hear how Stirlingshire went.
So last weekend we went to the Scouring of Stirlingshire, and this is our report back for News from the Mark.
Ooh.
So, victory. Let's get that out of the way.
Yeah, that's it. Bravo.
Big win.
In case you didn't know, everybody, this is
yeah.
our Victor here, first place.
Thank you. Reclaim my title after
That's
2013. 4 years in the making.
So how many years have you been?
Every year except one.
Except for last year.
Except
and
for
you've
last
won
year.
it twice.
Yes.
Very good. Very
Take
good.
that record. And it's a fantastic event. It's definitely one of my favourites of the year, and I was absolutely gutted I couldn't make it last year, because that made me the last Brit or Englishman not to keep on attending.
Right, oh really? Oh wow.
Yeah.
Because I went last year, it was my first time that I'd gone,
Yeah.
and I went up with Callum and Andy, and we had a fantastic time. We got up for my birthday, which is over the weekend, and the Scots were so welcoming, and we had such a great time.
Yeah.
The game inside and the social point of view as well. It was brilliant. And the same again this year, wasn't it?
Brilliant. So we went up on the Friday midday, because we booked off the Friday Monday from work.
Yeah.
Went up on Friday, got there early, went to the Spoons, checked into our Airbnb, and just met up with people as they dribbed and drabbed in.
Came in, yeah. And I think there was probably up to 15 people on the Friday night.
Yeah.
So everyone just sort of catching up, because it's been a while since sort of last events, everyone's seen each other. And it was ace, really good. A really good catch up.
Really good. Then next day the event goes off.
Yeah.
Common Ground is probably my favourite purpose-built gaming venue.
Yes.
Imagine it's the entire layout's like in a big horseshoe, and in the middle of the horseshoe is the sort of like the shop desk.
Yep.
On one side, and so they serve you on two sides. One side's the gaming hall, the other side's the shop.
Yes.
And that little sort of channel in the middle serves both sides, so you can get drinks and food from the gaming hall side. You can buy product in the store, and it works really well to have the staff in that little channel able to serve both sides.
Yeah. And the staff are lovely. They're really nice.
They're great.
And obviously when you're in games, you want to sort of serve quick so you can get back to your tables and things like that.
They fully understand how the process that everybody wants.
They do. And for middle of the day, hangover food is very much needed, so they do banging cheese and ham toasty, things like that. You can get your drinks there, hot drinks as well, and they'll bring them to your table. They'll just come and find you.
What's great, I think, if you've been part of the GBHL podcast for a while, I bang on about this every time. Their tables have cup holders.
Yes, they do.
Which is just awesome for not having your stuff on the table.
Yeah, I agree.
And like your gaming areas for gaming and your drinks and things are in the cup holders.
Yes, it's not cluttered and things like that. Yeah, it's really
less chance
really
of
handy.
spillage and ruining the terrain. And going on to the terrain was awesome there.
Yeah.
Like, they've done a really good job of increasing the amount of like fantasy-esque terrain.
Totally agree. I know Chris had set the boards up on the Friday, and there's some really lovely theme boards. I was chatting to him about like an Easterling sort of board.
Yes, with all the huts and.
Yeah, it was ace. There were some really cool boards, and not so much. Like, no disrespect to Steve, because your terrains are fantastic and amazing, but sometimes it can be, from a competitive point of view, quite difficult to play.
Which is what we are.
Yes, whereas the terrain there was nice, but it wasn't too much.
It wasn't intrusive.
Yes, yeah.
Or delicate, and so you feel really guilty when you break a bit.
Yes, oh god, I've snapped his ham on hen. Something like that. Yeah.
So that was Saturday. Then we went out for the Saturday social, which was awesome.
Very heavy. We got in about 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah, it was good.
Best way to do it.
Yeah, and go on and win all the rest of the games.
Yeah, well, you did.
I did. I got the luck of the draw.
Say that, well, the thing is, with me and Jamie, we decided, but ahead of the weekend, we spent ages trying to write lists, looking at the scenarios as we tend to do. What's going to be strongest? Just to take good and evil.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, just filming. You can sit with us. So you take good and evil, and there were 6 scenarios, and we sort of needed to write lists. Sort of, we felt they could cater well for the scenarios.
Yeah, so we came up with a bunch, and then decided to take eventually the same list.
We've took very similar stuff. We've done this twice now. Well, we've got to 2 events in the last 2 years where we've taken very similar lists.
Similar lists with small changes.
Yes, and both times Jamie's won the event and I've come very mid-table. So
Oh, dear.
we could say it's player skill,
Yeah.
or experience,
Yeah.
maybe luck.
Bit of luck. Definitely a bit of luck.
Combination, but it was good. And I think the armies we took were very strong,
Yeah.
especially our evil force.
Evil Force did very well. I got my Evil Force in all the scenarios I wanted it in.
Yes, so it's been 800 points, and we chose not to take Felbeast in our
Yeah.
evil. We took Horde Goblins, and it fared so well.
Yes.
And it almost came to the point that so we do a brief run through saying how close it came to us almost playing in the last round.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
So
you played 3 games per day.
Yeah.
And you sort of alternate to a degree between your good and evil.
You take 2 forces, which is a really nice, unique thing for the event up there. You take 800 points of good, 800 points of evil. You play with your good, then you play with your evil, then you roll to see what you use in the next game, and then use the opposite in game 4, and so on and so forth. So it brings an interesting dynamic because you could, let's say Harry and I both roll to use good in game 1, then we can't play each other in the next game because we're both using evil.
Yes, so it's good ways sometimes to avoid some of your top dogs.
Yeah.
Things like that. I lost my first game.
Yeah. I won.
Then I lost them. So there was also the difference was the major minor victories.
Yeah.
Which is quite significant. So I think you scored 25 points for a major win.
Yeah.
20 points for a minor win. 5 points for a minor loss, and then 0 points for a major loss.
And 10 for a draw.
And 10 for a draw, so and that came quite significant. So I major lost my first game, so put me right at the bottom.
For 0 points.
And did you major win your first?
I major won my first.
Yeah, but then so I was down, and I proceeded to get 3 major wins on the bounce to really bring myself back in for day 2, and then you drew game 2.
I drew game 2 versus Callum Farbrother, who was the only person to not beat me.
Yeah, and the person he didn't lose a game as well. So
either.
you and him.
Yeah. Then I got major wins. I think I got a minor win, and then on day 3 I just got 3 majors.
Yes.
And just catapulted to the top.
So it came. I think it was game 5 on day 2, when it was the top 4 players was myself, you, Callum Farbrother, and Charles Sims.
Yes. Yeah.
And obviously we play each other a lot. We don't want to then to that point when we've done it in the past times when we knock each other out.
Well, I'd already played Callum Farbrother.
Yes, so because we were pitched together head to head in game 5, but because you'd already played Callum, it swapped over.
Yeah.
So I played Callum and you played Charles.
Yeah.
And it then proceeded if we'd have both won, because we were also using the opposite armies, we'd have to play each other in round 6.
Yeah.
Which would have been terrible, but would have been good for one of us.
Yeah.
And then just a shame for the other. But then I proceeded to play Callum Farbrother in game 5 and I lost to him. And you beat Charles.
I beat Charles.
Which then meant I had to play Callum Farbrother again in round 6, so back to back against Callum.
Yeah.
And you played
Callum
Clabson. So instead of playing each other, you played another one of our best mates who sort of came with us for the journey, and that was his first sort of time on table 1.
He came 6th.
Yeah.
In the end.
8th. Johnny.
8th.
Yeah. But he still did very well, and that's the same. That's a shame from being on table 1 to have that plummet, which we feared that we'd playing each other would have happened.
Yeah.
But you proceeded to win all those games, and you obviously won. And I lost to Callum twice, and then
just
sunk from being on near the top tables to potentially going ahead of Tedros Jamie to I think finish 15th out of 30. So one to forget for beginning for me in the end. But don't take nothing to take away from the event because it was so good, and then the social side was amazing.
It's just the best thing. Even on the Sunday night, because we were travelling back down on the Monday, you went out with a couple of the Scottish lads.
Yeah, I got easily persuaded.
I was too tender. I was falling asleep at the pub.
Yeah,
so I went home.
And I wish I'd done the same, because I then proceeded to drink 4 nights on the bounce and felt horrific on the drive home on the Monday. But all worth it, because it was, as I say, a fantastic weekend, and already confirming now that we'll be attending next year.
Yeah, and you should too. If you are cautious of going there, you should. It'd be amazing.
It's a bit of a distance if you're coming from, say, even South England, because we come from Manchester and it was still a good 4-hour drive, 3.5, 4 hours, but say totally worth it. Take the 2 days either side, and so you don't have to rush.
And there's also plenty to do if you were to get there early, or we had a bit of a time schedule for me to get back on the Monday.
Yes.
If that wasn't there, then the plan was to stay in Stirling on Monday. Because I've done it before where I've taken the extra day. And James Brown and I went to go see a bunch of the castles, the Wallace Memorial, Stirling Castle, Doon Castle, and we went to Deanston Distillery as well.
There's loads to do.
There's tons to do up there. Well. From if you need to bring your missus up there and make it into a weekend away.
Yeah, for sure. So an all round great event. I think great from the competitive play, great from the social side, and then also your sightseeing.
Yes.
Would recommend it to anybody.
And not too expensive either. 35 was it?
30
pounds. So
drinks dirt cheap.
Yeah.
Adds up if you drink 4 nights in a row, whatever. But Yeah, very good, and the Scots are so welcoming. They're such a good crowd as well. I really enjoyed sort of meeting up with them.
Awesome, and that has been, I guess, our news from the mark from our tournament up in Stirling. So we'll pass it back over to you, Steve, I guess.
Bye.
Thanks, guys, and as you can hear, it sounded awesome. Massive congratulations to Jamie. Really chuffed for him. I think it's been a long time coming that Jamie was going to get first place, and I don't think it'll be the last one. So, what's up next? The next event in the GBHL calendar is Fireworks at Rivenstead, and it's an event run by Sam Page and Craig Harrison. It's in the Dorset Arms pub, which is going to be cool. It's in a pub. It's an event that seems to sell out very quickly. They limit the tickets, and I'm assuming it's to do with space within the function room that they're in the pub. So I think it's 30 tickets, and I think they've sold out. So basically what we're going to do is we're just going to cover some areas about the tournament. Obviously I'm not going to say go over there and buy tickets, because they've sold out and they tend to sell out very quick. But keep an eye on the page, because being a TL myself, I can tell you that people leading up to the event, things pop up and people can't make it, and unforeseeable circumstances and what have you. So just keep an eye on it, because this is one of the events that, again, I've not actually attended this event, but I've heard lots and lots of good things about it, and the fact that it sells out every time, it speaks volumes. So, Fireworks in Rivenstead. It's the 4th and 5th of November, so that's Bonfire Night weekend. As I've said, it's in the Dorset Arms pub in East Grinstead. It's a 1,000 point singles event, 100 points towards the GBHL. It's £35 a ticket, and we said it was capped at 30 players, and at the minute that's sold out. I'm pretty sure there's food included in the £35 ticket, and for that 35 quid, you're going to get a Saturday and a Sunday of gaming. You're going to get 6 scenarios. Now it's an interesting way that Sam does this, and I'm a big fan of it. I think there's a lot of rules before I get into scenarios. There's a lot of little sort of things that Sam has done over the last few years at his tournaments, and myself and other TOs have kind of pinched them and used them. One for me is your 2 most expensive heroes have to equal at least 250 points if you're going for higher points levels, and it just sort of kind of helps armies not to be too hoardy. I really like that rule. As well as special rules like that, Sam's come up with new scenarios. Warganation being one of them. I've never actually played Warganation, but through hearing people talk about it, it seems like a lot of fun. So what they're going to do is they're going to play 6 games. Them 6 scenarios are going to be drawn from a possible 12. So they'll draw 6 out of a hat of 12, and they'll be the 6 scenarios that they play over the weekend, which is cool. I think that's a cool idea, because it kind of helps the, how can I explain it? You're going to have players, and we mentioned this in the previous video, who, are veterans at tournaments, and a lot of tournaments just go off the same 6 scenarios. So over the years, they've honed their force to sort of do very well at them scenarios. So if you've got like an aspect of suspense, if you like, and they don't know what scenario is going to be playing, that's always going to make them second guess themselves, and how they choose their army list. So that's a good thing in my opinion. They also have special rules over the weekend. Now they've named these special rules. There's 2 of them. The first one is called "He Does Not Share Power," and this is an interesting one. This special rule basically means that for every caster you have in your army, their casting values, or anyone else's casting values in your force who's a caster, increases by 1. So it's kind of a deficit. So you've got to think to yourself, do I want to take a caster? Because if I take a caster, he's not going to be as reliable as he would be normally. And if you go down the route of taking 2 casters, it's +2. So for every one, it's an extra +1. So that's interesting, very interesting, because there's going to be a lot of things. I mean, Sorcerer's Blast straight away springs to mind for me, which on Gandalf is a 5+ anyway, so it's going to be tough. But I suppose it seems to me that that's aimed at your Wraith armies. At 1,000 points, you could quite easily have a lot of Wraiths and a lot of casters in your army and dominate certain scenarios. So this rule kind of doesn't negate it by any stretch of the imagination, but it kind of makes you think, do I want to go down that route? Because for every cast that you have, you know, some of them things are just going to be automatic. You need a 6 to cast. So that's interesting. So the second special rule over the weekend is, these are all like quotes from the movies. So the small things, everyday deeds of ordinary folk. What this basically means is a bit of a basic thing, but it's nice. Heroes must bring at least 3 warriors per warband minimum. So that means that you're not going to get just all hero powerhouses. They have to have warriors in them. I think that's. I think I'm reading that correct. So that again, it's just an interesting twist on choosing your army list. Pretty much that's it. I mean, Fireworks in Rivenstead speaks for itself. You've probably heard of it because you know it's one of the names of events that spring to mind to me when I think of the GBHL calendar. Sam's been doing it for a long time. He's an old hat at it now, and he always does well, like I've said. One of the things that I've noticed when I was looking through the rules pack, Sam seems to be in a similar train of thought as myself. His prizes are cool. I'm a big believer that, you know, if someone's backing your event and spending their hard-earned money, there should be something there for them, rather than just say, pay me your money and I'll let you play some games at this venue. And the prizes do look really, really cool. Some nice sort of artwork, wetter weapons. I think it's the Elven Daggers, which is awesome for first place. So get on the event page anyway and have a look. Register your interest. Like I said, it's sold out, but this is the way our events are going at the moment, which is not a bad thing. But you've got to get in there early. You've got to, you know, you need to earmark yourself as soon as the yearly calendar comes out. See which of the events that you want to do and get your name down, because a lot of these big ones are selling out really, really quick. But that's it for Fireworks in Rivenstead, and we'll come back and talk about the doubles event in Reading. So, War of the Ring, a doubles event. It's an 80-pointer, and it's run by the Wargamers Association of Reading, which consists of David Clubley and Ben Cliver. Again, this is another event which is sold out, and basically, you know, that it's just telling you how cool these events are and how much people really want to get to them. So there's no point going and trying to buy a ticket, but please, please, please go and register your interest, because it's like I said previously, people back out at the last minute, and if you just put your name down on the reserve list, you never know, you might get that message. If you're in the local area, it's something that you don't really want to miss out on. If you're not in the local area and this is an event that you want to go to and you've missed out on tickets, just register your interest. Do that on any event, not just this, any event. If you look at an event that you are thinking of going and it's sold out, don't think that's it. We always get people who back out. So just register your interest on the event pages for each of these events. So, War of the Ring, doubles event. It's an 80-point event towards the GBHL League, and each player has to bring 300 points. So it's, as a whole army, it's 600 points. You take 300 points, and your doubles partner takes 300 points. It's £40 a ticket per team, so that's £20 each, which is a bargain as far as I'm concerned, an absolute bargain. There's no food included in that, but at 20 quid, you know, you kind of expect that. But there is an on-site cafe and snack bar, and there are local amenities very close by, so shops, takeaways and things like that. It's been held at the Rivermead Leisure Centre in Reading, so there's plenty of room in there. I've seen the pictures, and there'll be pictures popping up on screen somewhere, or I'll be in the background and the pictures will be popping up as I'm talking about it. You can see for yourself, it's in a big hall, nice big sports hall. There's plenty of room. The tables look awesome as well. As most of you know, I'm a massive fan of cool tables, and the tables do look cool. The dates for this are the 18th and 19th of November. 6 games again. The scenarios are to be announced, so I've not got much to talk about on the scenarios, but I'm assuming a majority of them will be the standard from the Blue Books, but keep an eye on the event page for that. This event is running for its 2nd year, and it runs alongside a wargaming stroke hobby fair, which he's seen close to, if not over 3,000 wargamers over the weekend. So 3,000 people. So you know, it's not just going to be your event that's there. There's going to be other gaming system events, which is cool. There's going to be bring and buys, and your £20 ticket lets you just, you know, walk around, have a look at other games, get involved in participation games, you know, or go to the bring and buys and snap up some bargains. So that's really cool. I really like things like that. As I said before, it's run by David and Ben. There'll be your usual Saturday night antics. Next door, apparently, there is a pub with a carvery, so I think a lot of people, anything up to 40 to 50 people, are going to be booking in for a carvery at the pub. So if you are going, you need to get booked in. Let Ben or David know. Even if you're not gaming, I mean, you might live local and want to pop down. I always say that any events that I'm involved in, or even the ones that I'm not, you know, if there's people who have not got tickets and they're interested, oh, I didn't get a ticket in time, or it's sold out, go down anyway. Go down, have a chat, walk around the tables, talk to the players, and I think you'll find that you'll be pleasantly surprised how friendly everyone is. You'll get a feel for the atmosphere, how really approachable everybody is, and you don't have to be a seasoned wargamer to play. I wasn't. I still don't consider myself to be a seasoned tournament player now. You know, I go as and when I can. And I generally play for fun, not tournament play, which is not a bad thing or a good thing. It's just how it is. But I really enjoy the social side of the tournaments. So even though I aim towards like the fluff and the theme and making boards that look like Middle Earth and trying to build armies that are fluffy and I don't have filth in them. I still really enjoy the tournament scene and the social side of it. Going out with everyone, socialising, having a face-to-face conversation with someone that you've been chatting to for 12 months on Facebook. I can't tell you how awesome that is. And I've made a lot of really cool friends in the community, and I think you will too if you just give it a chance. So definitely get down there. If you are thinking of going to the pub, having a carvery with the guys, let David know. Get yourself booked on, so you're not going to miss out, because it's a carvery and that many wargamers, as well as the Hobbit players. You know, just 3,000 people over the weekend. There's going to be a lot more gamers than that at the pub trying to eat as well, so book it. What I'm going to try and do is similar to what I've done with the Stirlingshire event. So whenever there's an event on, if I'm not able to make it, or Jay's not able to make it, or any of the other GBHL hosts, you know, James, Jamie, Harry, they may be going to the events that I can't get to, and what I'll try and do is get some feedback, or even like we did with Jamie and Harry, get them on camera just talking 5-10 minutes about the event and letting you know what it's about, because it's better coming from the horse's mouth rather than me who's never been or hasn't been to an event and saying how awesome it is. I could sit here all day and say they're all awesome, which, you know, they are. I've never really heard a bad word about any of the events in the GBHL calendar. But yeah, I'll try and get some interviews with actual players who were there. But yeah, that's it. So that's what's coming up. Our next show will probably be about 2 weeks from this one, and we'll be reviewing the league finale and a couple more smaller ones leading up to that. So keep an eye out for that. But thank you for joining us again, and yeah, I hope you're enjoying these videos. They're quite fun to do. It's fun for me to sort of get an insight into other tournaments and see how they're doing things and what they think works and stuff like that. So it's cool. It's cool. So I'll see you at a tournament soon, all being well. So make sure you like, comment, share and subscribe. Support your hosts in the links below. Support your Hobbit hobby, and happy strategy battle gaming, guys. See you later.